Tonight on Global TV News Prime, President Tinubu embarks on two-day visit to Katsina State. Global TV turns to celebrates milestone. In business, Trump advisor makes case for United States economic security. And in sports tonight, host resources deal will enable a just peace. Athletic aim to keep Nico Williams amid Premier League interests. Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime here on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I'm Uyi Agmofwegbe, delighted to remind you that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. As always, would love to remind you that you can download Global TV Nigeria mobile app for your Android and iOS devices to keep track of our 247 broadcasts. Tonight, let's begin by telling you Global Television is marking a significant milestone in its second anniversary. Since its launch, the network has made remarkable strides in shaping the media landscape. With a diverse range of shows and series, Global TV has captured the hearts of audiences across the region, establishing itself as a voice in the media industry. In an exclusive interview, the managing director, Dr. Ibrahim Biu, shared insights on the network's progress, challenges, and future plans.
So far, so good. I am proud of where we are today. Within a shortest period of time, we were able to be on DSTV, and this is the added advantage to our station. We were on DSTV, we were on Star Time, and the viewers has increased, the number of viewers actually has increased tremendously. And we're doing our best in terms of programs, in terms of reportage, in terms of news. We are doing everything possible to reach out to the vast viewers in Nigeria and, of course, in over 53 countries of the world. Interestingly enough, also, we have our app. We have developed an app on Play Store, and anybody, anywhere in the world, can watch Global TV from any part of this world. These are all achievements that I'm very proud to say within this shortest period of time. Well, one of the challenging issues that we face within this period of 2 years is the economy of the country. The economy of this country has not been easy, has not helped matters. We have limited number of adverts on our station. I believe that we will reach certain part of technology that you will.
Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of Global Television, Dr. Ibrahim Biu. As Global TV celebrates this milestone, we look forward to many more years of innovative programming and engaging storytelling. Congratulations to the entire Global Television team on this achievement, and here is to many more years of excellence. Tonight, we turn to other stories for you. President Bola Tinubu will depart Abuja for Katsina State tomorrow for a two-day official visit. This was contained in a statement by Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga. He stated that during the visit, the president will meet with key stakeholders to assess the security situation in the state and commission the Katsina Agricultural Mechanized Center and a 24-kilometer dual carriageway completed by Governor Diko Umar Rada. President of the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), Comrade Joe Ajaero, has alleged that workers in the country, including ordinary citizens, are facing the harrowing situation in which the civic space is being gagged and compressed to the extent that people can no longer express themselves freely without security measures being used to curtail them. He made this known at the 2025 Pre-May Day lecture themed Reclaiming the Civic Space in the Midst of Economic Hardship held at the headquarters of the Congress. Now time to turn to Nigeria's southeast, where Imo State's Governor Hope Uzodinma has commended the adoption of an automated salary structure in the state to ensure transparency and timely payment of salaries. He made the remark as part of his message to workers during this year's May Day celebration in Owerri, Imo State capital. According to the governor, his administration remains committed to prioritizing the welfare of workers in the state.
At the 2025 Workers' Day celebration in Owerri, Governor Hope Uzodinma praised Imo workers for their resilience, dedication, and contribution to the growth of the state. The governor says the introduction of an automated salary system is a major reform aimed at ensuring transparency, reducing payroll fraud, and granting prompt payments to civil servants.
Thanks to our automated payroll system, these salaries are no longer subject to manipulations or political interferences. Pensioners now receive their entitlements regularly, and gratuities that had long been abandoned for very close to 20 years, we have started to roll in and payment of gratuities.
The governor added that workers deserve to be appreciated every day, not just on May Day, stressing that their professionalism and ethics form the backbone of governance and public service.
In return, I ask you that you remain committed to your responsibilities. Imo State must rise again, and it cannot rise without you. I congratulate all Imo workers on this important day. Continue to pray for Imo State. Work for her peace. We need to work and pray for peace in Imo State so that you can have time, I can have time to function on behalf of our people.
Also speaking, the chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress Imo State chapter, Comrade Uche Chigemezunwigwe, welcomed the salary reform and urged the government to sustain other welfare measures.
Really appreciating you once again for your friendly disposition towards the welfare of Imo State workers. We are always grateful. Thank you for one, prompt payment of salaries and pensioners to verified workers and pensioners. We want to commend Your Excellency for the prompt payment of salaries and pensions to Imo State workers and pensioners, most especially and importantly, the earliest payment of the April 2025 salary before the end of this April.
As Imo joins the nation in marking Workers' Day, the message from both government and Labour is clear. Sustaining reforms and prioritizing welfare will be key to stronger public service delivery. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
Thank you, Marachi. The Nigeria Labour Congress has demanded the upward review of retirement age for all categories of civil servants. National President of the Congress, Joe Ajaero, made the demand during the May Day celebration at the Eagle Square in Abuja. Samuel Odi has details. We'll bring you those details subsequently. Let's look at other stories tonight. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, Brigadier General Olakunle Nafiu, has assured Corps members deployed to Zamfara State of adequate security and improved welfare during their service year. Brigadier General Nafiu gave this assurance while addressing Corps members during his maiden visit to the temporary orientation camp in Gusau, the state capital. Ogochukwu Mobuno has details.
The Director General, National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Olakunle Nafiu, visited to Zamfara State Temporary Orientation Camp, located at the Universal Basic Education Commission UBEC Training Center in Gusau. The state capital was the first time since his appointment. The Director General then proceeded to the orientation hall, where he interacted with Corps members and addressed key issues affecting their stay on camp.
Happy to see you, happy to meet you, welcome, welcome, how do you do?
The Director General cautioned Corps members against the misuse of social media and night travel, which pose security risk. He assured them of the federal government's commitment to their welfare and safety throughout the service year.
I charge you to stay put, don't put pressure to redeploy. When you are posted, know that some background checks and assessments have been done, and we believe you can survive there. And we will always be checking on you. When you have to travel officially, make sure you obtain official release. Do not travel at night.
The state coordinator, Mohammed Ahmed, says 611 corps members comprising 414 male and 197 female were registered and have already adapted to camp life with so much discipline and enthusiasm.
The corps members have quickly adapted to the new environment and are responding positively to all camp activities and instructions. High level of cooperation, synergy, and teamwork among the camp officials.
The visits provided an opportunity for the NYSC DG to motivate corps members and reinforce the NYSC's dedication to youth development and national integration in Zamfara State. Ogochukwu Mobno reporting for Global Television News.
Well, thank you, Ogochukwu. The Borno State Fire Service has clarified that the fire outbreak that led to the explosion at the armory in Giwa Barracks in Maiduguri, the state capital, may have been triggered by the extreme heat in the state. A statement by Directorate of Fire Service, Ministry of Information and Internal Security in the state noted that the fire had been put out. We'll return to Imo State now, where workers have joined their counterparts across the country to mark this year's Workers' Day. Our correspondent Marachi Ibe spoke with a few of them before the event to get their impressions and expectations. We'll also bring you that story later on. In the meantime, we're watching the live broadcast of News Prime with Uyi Agumofugbe. Tonight, when the rest of the news returns, U.S. urges India, Pakistan to defuse tensions after Kashmir killings. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Well, thank you, everyone. You're watching the live broadcast of News Prime. The second part of this broadcast returns now with business, where the federal government has confirmed a 1.5 trillion naira investment in 9 major highway projects spanning over 900 kilometers to be delivered through 25-year public-private concession agreements under the Highway Development and Management Initiative. The announcement followed a high-level meeting chaired by Minister of Finance and coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, alongside the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu. A statement from the Ministry of Finance's official X account says the session brought together key concessionaires responsible for managing the projects. Still talking business, United States officials have reportedly reached out to their Chinese counterparts for talks on vast tariffs that have hammered markets and global supply chains. The White House, however, shares its view on its trade relations with China. Beijing has vehemently denied any talks taking place while repeatedly urging the United States to engage in dialogue in a fair, respectful, and reciprocal manner. As we turn to other stories for you tonight on the foreign scene, the United Nations has identified climate change, women's rights, displacement, and poverty as some of the most pressing challenges facing Afghanistan under its Taliban leadership. Global Television reports that UN's Relief Chief Tom Fletcher describes the situation as brutal.
Fletcher's visit comes after U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to slash foreign aid sent shockwaves across the globe. Washington had been the top donor to Afghanistan, having spent $3.71 billion in humanitarian and development aid since the Taliban returned to power in 2021 and imposed a severe interpretation of Islamic law.
So we're in a period when we're having to massively prioritize, take brutal choices, life and death, literally life and death choices about where to operate and which lives to save. And the needs of the Afghan people are right up there on that list. You can look at Sudan for the scale of the crisis. You can look at Gaza for the intensity, the ferocity of the killing there. Afghanistan is a different kind of challenge, but it's a huge challenge nonetheless.
Fletcher, however, says specific measures must be taken to address the problems in Afghanistan.
So I think there's a dialogue there, and you have to engage. There has to be space for diplomacy. And ultimately we have to focus on, what's the outcome we're trying to get to here, which from my perspective is saving as many lives as possible and ensuring that you've got that security justice opportunity for all Afghans, men and women.
Uyi Agmofwegbe, reporting for Global Television News.
Ukraine and the U.S. have signed a much-anticipated natural resources deal after months of tense negotiations. The deal, which says the U.S. will share profits from future sales of Ukraine's mineral and energy reserves, aims to incentivize Washington to invest further in Ukraine's defense and reconstruction. In a different development, the U.S. has urged India and Pakistan to work together to de-escalate tensions after a deadly militant attack in India-administered Kashmir last week killed 26 civilians. Secretary of State Marco Rubio held separate talks with India's foreign minister and Pakistan's prime minister and called on them to maintain peace and security in South Asia. India accuses Pakistan of supporting militants behind the 22 April attack at a scenic meadow near the resort town of Palaham. Islamabad rejects the allegations. And now time to turn to sports for some excitement. Ogun State's government says it is determined to boost the economy of the state through the National Sports Festival, which is scheduled to hold between 16 and 30 of May 2025. Speaking in an interview with newsmen in Abeokuta, the state capital, Commissioner for Sports Development, Wasiu Isiaka, stressed that the festival will create direct and indirect jobs for residents of the state. Sports correspondent Samuel Odi completes the story.
The 22nd National Sports Festival, also known as Gateway Games, is set to feature a wide range of sports, including football, volleyball, and basketball. The Commissioner for Sports Development, Wasiu Isiaka, says the government is working diligently to complete the renovation of the sports facilities for the upcoming festival, adding that the government will ensure that the facilities are well maintained even after the festival, leaving a lasting legacy for the state's sports development.
Preparation is going very well. I think the stage we are presently is to dot our I's and cross our T's. The level of preparation for the serve, at least we've gone around together. This is just one of the facilities that we are using. We are using another one at Ijeja. There is one at Remo Star facility, and there's another one at Shagamu, NYC camp. So everything, we are very good.
He noted that the state government will deploy security operatives at the venue of the festival and other key places in the state to adequately secure visitors and non-visitors.
Security, we have several subcommittees, and security committees is one of them. And this is not a festival that is being controlled or organized by Ministry of Sport Development only. We are just the coordinator. We have several agencies, ministries, parastatals that are involved, and all of us are working around the clock to ensure that we deliver the best festival.
No fewer than 15,000 athletes are expected to participate in the Games, with Babcock University to serve as the Games village. Samuel Odi reporting for Global Television News.
Sports correspondent Samuel Odi, thank you for your reporting tonight. As we end Global TV News Prime, let's take a look at some of our top stories. President Bola Tinubu will depart Abuja for Katsina State tomorrow on a two-day official visit. Global TV marks a significant milestone today in its second anniversary. Since its launch, the network has made remarkable strides in shaping the media landscape. United States officials have reportedly reached out to their Chinese counterparts for talks on vast tariffs that have hammered markets and global supply chains. On the foreign scene, Ukraine and the U.S. have signed a much-anticipated natural resources deal after months of tense negotiations. And that's it on Global TV News Prime tonight. Thank you very much for watching. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. As always, we encourage you to follow us across all our social media platforms using @GlobalTV NG. You can also download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our 247 broadcasts. I'm Uyag Mofwebe. On behalf of my colleagues who have made tonight's news broadcast possible, we say thank you for watching and we will see you again.